Good morning, and thank you for joining us for SBB Live. I am your host and the publisher of Seniors Blue Book, Amanda Barton, and I'm very excited today to bring on one of my partners, Miss Reina Schlager from Schlager Levin. How are you this morning, Reina?
I'm just great. It's hot outside and I'm in the air conditioning, so things are good.
It's a good place to be in the summer of Southwest Florida for sure. Now today, I know that you are a financial advisor, a certified financial advisor, or CPA. But today we're going to talk about Medicare. We're coming up on open enrollment, and I know that there are a lot of people out there turning 65. Talk to me about things that you need to know right now as you come into this stage of your life.
All right, so just to clarify, CFP is a certified financial planner, which I am not. I am a CPA PFS, and a personal financial specialist is the CPA industry's financial advisor specialty. So I just want to clarify that. But going on the Medicare topic, the most important thing I can say about open enrollment, and let's just remind ourselves what open enrollment means. It starts October 15th and runs through December 7th every year. And if you are already on Medicare, then you either have Medicare turned on and have some kind of secondary insurance to work with it, or you have, like a light switch, turned off the Medicare and have it replaced with a Medicare Advantage plan that is through an insurance company partner with Medicare. Everybody has Part B premiums taken from their Social Security, or if you've continued to work, it's coming out of your bank accounts. So everybody pays that, but you may be on an Advantage network plan, or you may be on a Medicare with a secondary. Your secondary could be group retirement coverage through your employer, or it could be an independent Medicare supplement. And if you're in that Medicare supplement world, you have to separately purchase a Part D prescription plan, and Part D prescriptions is part of what open enrollment is about. That's the time of year where you either purchase for the first time or you are checking and renewing your prescription plan, which insurance company you would use. If you're in the Medicare Advantage world, you may have a Medicare Advantage plan that has prescriptions in it, and your entire choice of which Medicare Advantage plan can be adjusted during this open enrollment. So if you are someone who is going on to Medicare, the first question I would be asking you is, are you going to, let's assume that you don't have available retiree employer benefits, and now you have to go out into the marketplace and decide what coverage will you have. If you are ready to accept a network program where you get more benefits and higher coverage by being with doctors in the network or being in a hospital network, and only if it's out of the area, life-threatening or life and limb-threatening, would you go outside the network. That's the whole culture of Medicare Advantage plans. And why would someone go in that direction? Well, for most of the plans in Southwest Florida, Lee County, there's absolutely no premium. So when you're sitting on one side looking at no premium, and sitting on the other side, which are Medicare supplements, which could be upwards of $2,000 a year, some people go to the Medicare Advantage plans. There's issues, though, if further down the road you think you're going to save money by being in the Medicare Advantage plans and not paying premium. Well, when do you pay the piper? You pay the piper on those when you're ill, depending on how you get ill, and then that plan is going to have out-of-pockets, deductibles, co-insurances, co-pays. and they have a total outstanding calendar amount that you could cap out to protect yourself financially. So if you have a worst case scenario year on a Medicare Advantage plan, and maybe you have a mix of going in network and out of network, you could be out of pocket up to $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 for that calendar year if you get sick that way. Or you can have a great year and have no premium and only pay the little office visit copays you get along the way and pay for your prescriptions depending on your prescription load. What I want to talk about also is that Medicare supplement choice. And if you are going on to Medicare Part B for the first time, that presumes that you are not going to have any available continuing employer benefits in your group health plan if you're continuing to work. My recommendation, Medicare's recommendation, and your employer should be telling you that if you are continuing to work, that it may not be appropriate to start your Medicare Part B premium payments. Because the moment you start those payments, you open a 6-month window that you can get any Medicare supplement you want, regardless of your health. And regardless of your health is important because a lot of us have, some kind of medical condition. A lot of people have some kind of medication they're taking. And you can literally, in the first 6 months, you go on to Part B Medicare, where you pay the premiums. You have 6 months to get any plan of Medicare supplement, regardless of your health. So let's say you're already on Medicare. Here comes open enrollment, and you have prescription and a Medicare supplement. Everything's working great. Most of your drugs, you don't pay anything. Why would you even care about open enrollment? For every year, every insurance company has the right to change how much they charge for that Part D prescription plan, and they have the right to change how they treat the drugs. And I'll give you, I have so many examples, but here's one where, one of my clients had a Part D prescription plan, everything was working well, maybe 1 or 2 of them had a copayment and everything else was treated zero when they went to the pharmacy. And I said, please just let me check for you. And we went into the Medicare.gov website, which anybody could do, and we plugged in the drugs that he was taking, and the very same plan that had a reasonable premium and so little out of pocket in the year we were checking, that following January 1, the premium was doubling and his out-of-pocket copays were hovering at $10,000. Now that's an extreme example, but I could give you so many of those. The very first year one company came into town, they undercut the lowest offered prescription program. I think it was selling for like $15 a month. And this company came in and offered $12 a month. And what I tell people is if you don't have any prescriptions, don't delay going on to Part D, get the lowest cost prescription plan, and you'll protect yourself from lifetime permanent penalty charges on your future premiums. So you sign up, $12 a month, you don't check again, and the second year that same company for the same plan charged $46 a month. So the whole point is those insurance companies are hoping that you fall asleep at the wheel and just let your prescription Part D programs, roll into the next year. And once it does, Part D standalone prescription plans are locked in for the next 12 months until the next October 15th to December 7th open enrollment.
Yeah, you mentioned something that is really important that a lot of people don't know. If you don't go with a prescription drug plan and you end up needing it many, many years later, there's that lifetime penalty. So I applaud you for bringing that up. Is there anything else that you want to add about that?
Yeah, I do. So what is the penalty? Because, the word penalty is so scary. On tax returns, there's something called an underpayment penalty. So people don't want an underpayment penalty. Usually it's $10, $20. This case, the penalty if you do not purchase a prescription plan the moment you're eligible for it is 1% per month for every year you don't apply. Now, if I'm telling you the cheapest plan is $12 and you have a 12% penalty, you're talking $14, I think. I mean, I don't have my calculator handy, but per month. But no, actually $1.40 per month on a $12 monthly fee. So, but it's not so much about in the short term. It is, like you said, what happens if you're 65 when you start all this and you really don't have a prescription until 72? Well, now you have several years times that 12% cumulatively, and you could turn a $12 premium, into $65 a month. Well, even that may not raise your eyebrows, but if you do have a prescription load, some of these plans are $35 a month. Some of the plans are 60-some dollars a month.
Well,
So
yeah.
what people, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and if you suddenly need a prescription plan and you've not had one all these years, it's probably because of a very serious condition. Let's say you unfortunately get cancer or something like that, where you're going to need some, massive drugs. So you're probably going to have to go with a very expensive plan, and you're paying that penalty for all those years that you didn't have the insurance. So you could be spending way, way more than if you had just gotten that very inexpensive $12 plan that you're recommending, Reina.
Well, let's put it this way. It's not the $12 plan I recommend. I just recommend that year you're going on, you should be going on, whether you have drugs or not. Some of the, not to scare people, some of the home infusion therapy drugs that are for cancer purposes, many of those are covered by a different part of Medicare. But the whole point is people can have 15 drugs for all kinds of different things, and it could creep up on you. So you don't get it, then you get one drug and it's generic, and maybe Publix offers it for free. So now you got another year of penalties you're accumulating. So it can be sudden, like you say, but it also could creep up on you, and people are only thinking about the cost of that drug, and they see published rates for plans that may look reasonable, and they don't realize it's cumulative, it's 12% a year, and it's for your lifetime. So why have the penalty? For a few dollars, protect yourself. But I don't want to forget the advantage side of this. And there's one extra thing that is a protection if you're in an advantage plan. Mm-hmm. I personally choose to not license with any advantage plan because it's problematic in making sure for my clients, not only is it the plan that's going to fit their prescriptions, but is it the plan that's going to have their physicians on it? And one of my dear clients pressed me, Reina, help me pick this one year. And we called the doctor's office for her main primary physician, who said, I'm on the plan. We called the plan, who said, the doctor's on the plan. Comes January, she goes to the doctor on the plan she switched to. We both were on that phone call. Doctor was not on the plan that year. So what Medicare does allow in the beginning of the year for advantage plans only, not prescription standalone plans, if you start using it and you see physicians aren't there like you thought, then you do have a special open enrollment where you can switch. So, you know, all of these steps have a proper way to do it and an improper way to do it. So don't try to do this all yourself. You know, make sure you talk to someone who works with these plans, or call the plan you're leaving, call the plan you want, and they will walk you through all of these options.
That's
So
perfect.
I think that really sends the most important message, that every single year, even if things are working perfectly, don't assume they will continue the way they are.
That's
You
right.
must take a look at your open enrollment, go into Medicare.gov, set up a little account. It's very user-friendly. It's kind of an amazing program because every drug in the world is in there, every pharmacy's in there, and it will tell you the best plan for the pharmacy you want to use. And now this year, the new feature is that they pre-rank the plan that has the lowest premiums
Okay.
combined with the lowest out-of-pocket, the best plan choice for you. They tell you that answer.
Sure, sure. Well, this has been invaluable information, and I just want to thank you so much for coming on to talk to us a little bit about this. Until next time, Reina, we really appreciate you coming on the show.
My pleasure always.
Have a wonderful day.